Okay, Shmuel, good morning. You know that you are here for an interview concerning our Congress on connected car on 15 February. The connected car is very important subject now, issue. I was this morning in another Congress concerning smart city and there is connected car inside. You are from Freescale, you manage Freescale, so Freescale is an important vector in this area. Can you tell us something about it?
Okay, first of all, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
A pleasure.
Obviously, a car is a very big topic, and we Freescale are very much into that field. In fact, Freescale, we are a global company headquartered in Texas, about $5 billion revenues, out of which a major part is automotive, another major part is networking infrastructure, and industrial, and a little of consumer. But automotive is very strong at Freescale, and we are leading this field. In fact, we are number one or number two, depends on the components and the sensors, the microcontrollers, the infotainment stuff that we deliver into the car, the connectivity. So we are really leading the market. On the infrastructure, which is now part of the big story, in fact, we are as well leading. Our embedded or communication processors, we are number one in that. And the RF devices, which is the transmission and receiving of the electromagnetic energy, we are there as well as number one in the world. I'm Shmuel Barkan. I'm leading the Freescale business here in Israel. I'm the joint general manager of Freescale in Israel. We have a very strong presence here. We are selling quite many tens of millions of dollars in this country. Most of the Israeli high-tech companies are our customers. And we have a very significant design center here, which is designing the core platform of the communication processors for entire Freescale, which are being sold globally.
I find very good, very impressive. But, I see that in car domain you are very well implemented. And you are talking a lot about car, automatic car, V2V, V2I, all those new words and so on. Can you tell us how how this technology are going to influence your technology or your area of technology?
Okay, obviously everybody is targeting the autonomous car, that eventually will drive without the driver. This is the dream of everybody, and this is probably going to happen. But on the way to get to that point, there is still a lot to do in between now and when the car will be a fully autonomous car. And this is in fact part of the big trend of the Internet of Things, of Internet of Tomorrow, what we like to call now in Freescale. So there are many other features which could be provided to the driver and the passengers. Like for example, obviously the safety is very important. So different kind of sensor who can sense, who can sense the other cars, the pedestrian. Could be interaction between the traffic lights and the car and the driver. The driver could get information about the accident which happened around the corner on spot. All this kind of information, traffic, where to go, what is the shortcut, all this kind of information, and also the information which appears in the infrastructure, which is as a service very important to the driver. So in fact, the car is kind of a vehicle to provide services to the people, as any other trend, in fact, in the technology and the service area. So the car becomes more and more not just, a piece of something that you are just moving from A to B, but you want to move from A to B and being safe. You want to get information. You want to know what's happening in other spots. You want to get faster, safer, be more secure. The data has got to be very much secured. So the car becomes part of the big IoT trend. And being such...
It's a lot of technology.
A lot of technology. In fact, all the kind of technologies which are part of the IoT trend will be implemented in the car. And the car is a major junction with this big network of the IoT. So it's connectivity technology. It's a standard of communication within the car, the buses,
smart city, smart
cities. Everything is connected through the cloud, through the infrastructure around, and the car and the passenger. Everything is going to be connected. And very important to mention, the information, the flow of information has to be very secured, because at the moment there's so many systems and elements which are communicating, so very important that the car of a sudden will not get out of control by somebody who will break through the security of the data. So this is extremely important, and we in Freescale are obviously very much aware of it and driving this trend as well.
It's not only a problem of security, how to drive and not to do in accidents and so on. It's also a security about hackers and so on. Because if all those systems are hacked, that's a catastrophe.
Yeah, of course. This is what they call security.
What do you think of that?
It's not the safety. The safety is the physical safety of the driver.
Right.
But the security is the security of the data, which is very, very critical in the car. Because if it goes out of control, the car could all of a sudden become kind of a danger to people, you know.
Right.
So this is extremely important.
Yeah, I read this this morning. Volvo is doing some system inside the car, who is looking to the eyes of the driver, to how the driver is breathing, and then to see if it's out of control, and then take the control of the car or give him to steer driving the car.
Of course, this is another example as we as human beings are becoming part of the IoT, in fact.
Right.
And there is a
Amazing,
interaction
really
between us
amazing.
and the car and the infrastructure. Everything is connected. By the way, regarding to what you said, another option is that you will pay your insurance fee based on how you drive. If you're a good driver, if this kind of system that you've mentioned will identify you as a good driver, maybe you'll pay less for the insurance.
And the company will get all the information because it's inside the system concerning how you drive. You don't have to tell him how you drive. They will know it. It's on the cloud. It's on the.
Of course, and especially for fleet management.
Yeah,
whenever there is a fleet of cars, where there is an organization which has got responsibility of the drivers which are using the car, of course.
All right. That's all the problem with cyber security. Driving security, smart city security, all those components, because they are interconnected each other, so you have to be aware about each component inside this huge network.
Of course, and we Freescale have very unique solutions which are integrated within our parts to secure the data. So, people who will come to the conference hopefully will have the chance to listen to some of our lectures in that field with some special and unique solutions in that.
You will be lecturing during the Congress. Are you covering all those subjects? Are you covering all those aspects of the car connected?
Yeah, we will try, to provide the entire portfolio, or most of it, of technologies and products which are implemented within the car and the trend of the IoT.
Shmuel, I'm thinking about an important question. This area is very global area. It's not a specific in some area of all over the world. That means it's going to bring a lot of business all over the world in this flat world. So how you see it?
Well, I think this is a very good point. In fact, those improvements in the car technology, this is part of the economical growth and the productivity, in fact. Because when you look at the economical growth and productivity, so there are two major factors. It's the improvement of the fixed asset and improvement of the human asset. Now, if you take the human asset, for example, so by integrating all these features within the car and around the car, you improve the performance of the human asset. In fact, at the moment the driver can get faster from A to B, can get safer, can feel more comfortable, can use his time.
And less accidents.
Less accidents.
For the economy,
can use the time whenever he's in the car for some other activities that he may perform. All this increases the productivity of the human assets, not speaking about the improvement of the fixed asset, because in fact the car itself is part of the fixed asset which provide the services. So, you know, altogether, the human asset and the fixed asset, the car is kind of a meeting point for all of that, and a very major influencer in the growth of the productivity and the economy.
It's really a huge market with a huge number of questions still open, a huge future productivity. That means we are going to see all those elements interacting, influencing the whole world economy.
Of course, of course. Another example, you know, every year more than 1 million people are killed in the roads.
Right.
You know, what will happen if this number will be cut by half or by, you know, 80%, whatever the technology could influence? This will be amazing change and improvement in the entire GDP of the world.
Right.
So this is extremely important. So we have to make sure that we are safe when we drive, we are secure with the data, we get safely from point A to B, and we get all the services, and we utilize the time that we are in the car. All this together will grow the economy, will grow the productivity, and everybody will benefit out of it. It will grow the business of the car, more people will work, it will create more work for people, you know, labor force, it will generate more economy. It is a major player with the, you know, on the stage of the economy.
It's really major player, major challenges, okay? And we are now all facing these extraordinary problems. I hope that in our Congress are going to have all those aspects of this fantastic new technology. I'm not sure that it's new. It's start to be old already because it's existing.
Yeah, no, in automotive space, 2 years from now is already old. But usually you shoot between 5 to 10 years from now, but no doubt. But important also to mention that, you know, everything we have discussed is in fact lies on the top of the technology.
Correct.
The technology is the generator of all these, you know, nice and good things and services and the economical improvements. And here is exactly where we Freescale are there to generate the technology, the processes, the solutions, the hardware and the software in order to enable everything to happen.
Fascinating word.
Exactly.
Thank you, Shmuel.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you for inviting me.